Parents often co-sign student loans to help their children borrow money for college. But one mother was shocked when her son died suddenly. Then the lender told her she still owed thousands of dollars for his loan.
Allison Gormley tells us why they denied her request and what you can do now to get off your children's loans and what's the deal.
I do remember the day he was born.
A mother never forgets the day her child is born.
He was born on my mom's 50th birthday.
Linda Swearingen recalls her son Zachary,
He's just really sweet.
one of 4 boys, as fun-loving with a special talent.
He was an artist and from a young age really talented, but I didn't really know how talented until so many years later.
After high school, Zach pursued photography at Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design, and Linda, a nurse, did her best to help pay.
The conversations were, you guys, I can't afford to pay tuition for you. I can't. But I will co-sign your student loans.
So she did, not giving it a second thought until after the worst day of her life.
The doctor just comes out and he just said, I'm really sorry. His injuries were just too bad. He just passed about 10 minutes ago.
In January 2020, Zach died after a bad fall at 28 years old.
Grief doesn't end, it just doesn't. You just love him so much, and you never think anything like that's gonna happen,
As Linda grieved, she got Zach's affairs in order, which included his student loans. She said his private loans with Sallie Mae were written off. Then she contacted Elements Financial, a consumer-owned credit union that held his other student loan. While the Indianapolis-based lender agreed to write off the interest, they told Linda she still owes $31,000.
When we co-sign, that's not what it means. When we co-sign, it means if he has trouble paying, I'll help him. Not if he dies, I'll pay the whole thing.
When it comes to student loans, federal are forgiven after death, but private, that's a gray area. A law on the books says, in part, private loan co-signers should be released after a student's death. But Elements Financial denied Linda's request for forgiveness for 2 reasons. One, the agreement was entered into before the November 2018 law. And 2, the money lent is actually an open line of credit despite being called a student loan. The law excludes open lines of credit, even though his payments went directly to the school.
If someone does come upon a hardship in their life and they can't pay for their house or they can't pay for their car, then they can take the house and they can take the car. There's nothing tangible to take.
If you're a co-signer on a private loan entered into before November 2018, take the steps to get your name off.
In order to get off of a loan, you'll need to find out if your private lender offers cosigner release. So you'll have to call your private lender and find out if that's something that's even available to you.
Anna Helhosky with NerdWallet said if your lender does not offer a cosigner release,
you might consider having the primary borrower, most likely your student, if you're a parent, check into other lenders that you can refinance with that do offer cosigner release.
Unlike a home mortgage, there is no cost to refinance student loans. Linda is still fighting this 2 years later. Her grief continues, as do the notes from a debt collector.
I will grieve him till the day I die. Having to constantly be reminded of this makes it really hard to put it aside.
Now, after Allison reached out to Elements Financial about this situation, the company called Linda to let her know the loan is being wiped out.
So she doesn't owe anything, and they are changing the company policy moving forward.